and welcome to Grundy Ice Arena for this Monday night matchup of high school hockey between the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds and the Pennsbury Falcons. Tonight, we have a great interconference matchup, but it's not just the matchup. Tonight is a futures game, at least for the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds it is. The Firebirds will be playing this game with their regular varsity players that are not seniors and some select JV players. This is also the first time Holy Ghost has matched up with Pennsbury since the early 2000s when they were in the same league in the Lower Bucks County Scholastic Hockey League. Eric, a lot has changed then. I'm joined by my partner, Eric Jessberger, and our producer, Dylan Coyle tonight. Guys, a lot has changed since then. Eric, what are you looking at today for the Firebirds if they want to take down this 9-1-1 Falcons team?
Well, today, once again, excellent to be on the broadcast today. Beautiful Grundy Ice Arena. And regarding today's matchup, Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds coming with their red uniforms. They'll be on the right side over your screen. And this futures game, it's all about getting started from the get-go. They're coming off of a loss to the LaSalle Explorers. And that game got out of hand quick for the Firebirds. They gave up 2 goals in the first period, 3 goals in the second. They only were able to collect 1 goal on the day from Brady Bazier, who we can expect to be on the broadcast, and fingerprints all over this game today. He's starting on the first line, but it's all about getting started right from the get-go. Find the back men early and defend in front of your attendee tonight.
And they'll be matching up with Pennsbury today. Do either of you guys have a person or a player you're looking out for on this Falcons team that stands out to you?
Well, you could talk about the leading goal scorer with 12 goals on the season. He's in 14 assists, 26 points total. That comes in number 11 for the Falcons, Brendan McInish. And he's going to be all over this game tonight as well. For the boys in orange and black, McInish, you can expect him to find his way. And if you're the Firebirds, circle on all of your coverages.
Yeah, and if we want to talk about players to look out for, because this is a futures game, we've got to talk about Michael Holt for the Firebirds. He is absolutely quick. He has the speed that matches with somebody like Brady Bazier. This is going to be a fun game to watch, Luke.
It's very true, and Michael Holt specifically, we've gotten to broadcast a couple of his JV games. We know how electric he can be, and we'll take a short break for the national anthem, and we'll be right back for the first period of play. Hello and welcome back to the Grundy Ice Arena for this matchup between the APAC and the SSHL. It's the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds and the Pennsbury Falcons. And before we get things started, Eric, I want to go to you really quick. When we watch this Firebirds team, we always know there's one constant. It's always Bobby Bazier in net. Tonight, we've got some different guys. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Yeah, starting on that front line, as we mentioned multiple times in the broadcast covering this team, and talking to head coach Gump Whiteside, his 11th season coaching this Firebirds team. It all starts getting the coffee going, as he mentions, with that top line. So in the first line today, Brady Bazier at left wing, at center Sean Marshall, and Brian Butler at right wing. We've seen Butler play on the defensive end. He's usually on that top line for defense, but right now it's going to be as well that top line in front for Marshall, Bazier, and Butler leading this Firebirds offense.
And it looks like we've got Colin Mudrick in goal for the Firebirds. We've seen him in a couple of matchups on the JV team. Dylan, what do you expect from him today, and what do you think his teammates are going to have to do in front of him to help him for his first big game?
Oh, man, he's a strong netminder. And if he's anything like his brother Evan, he's going to be a great player for this Holy Ghost team. We're just about ready to get this puck dropped.
Yes, and it's a wonderful atmosphere today for the Futures game. We've got a very large crowd in attendance today, and the puck has been dropped and the Firebirds control. Colin Moore trying to send it all the way around to Schultz. Working it up the boards out to center ice. And Brady Bazier trying to get it, but he's pushed off the puck. Now he's got it. Bazier into the slot, sends it over to the right side, and the pass was kicked off a foot. A great opportunity early. Sending that one from the point goes just wide. Sean Marshall trying to send it behind the net over the stick of Brian Butler.
Bazier was trying to get that from his left skate to his forehand. Couldn't work it, though.
Back out to the point. Moore just keeping it in, sends it all the way behind the net to Marshall. Marshall spinning with the puck, looking for an outlet. Backhands it to Bazier. Bazier tries to work into the middle, and that's taken away. And it'll go all the way down where Brendan Schultz will control for the Firebirds again, who try to get fresh legs on the ice, and there's a turnover. Moving into the slot, the shot is deflected into the netting. It was one of the Eisler brothers. It was Eric Eisler with the first attempt of the game for the Falcons.
And for Holy Ghost Prep, you talk about a team with family. 4 brothers on this Firebirds hockey team. Pennsbury, for the first time as an opponent, they have a brother duo. And those Eisler brothers, as you mentioned, they got size on the ice, and you can expect them when they get into the slot, they're going to do some damage.
Goes over the stick of Sparrow, and the Falcons will control in their defensive zone. Trying to move it ahead, but Guinan was there waiting for it. Sparrow now working through the middle. He's got a man to his left and his right. Sparrow works to the left side, tries to get in front of the net. The shot goes just wide. Got it to his forehand, but couldn't get it on net. The Falcons will try and move ahead. It's a turnover. Chambers has it at center ice. He'll send it over to Guinan. Chipping it into the zone and chasing after it, that's Moore. And Saravalli trying to control. It's back to Chambers. Hard pressure on him. A great job by the Falcons. They do go off sides with that pressure.
Yeah, that was some great pressure. Sorry to cut you off right there, Eric, but some interesting starts to the game just 2 minutes into this Futures matchup, you can say, I guess, for Holy Ghost. Now, that play went offside. I think we're going to see more pressure, sustained pressure from the Firebirds, but more breaks on the rush for the Falcons.
Took the words out of my mouth. Pennsbury pushing that forecheck early. If they can get some reinforcements behind them, the Falcons can get a man advantage and do damage the other way.
And back the other way come the Firebirds. It's DeRose trying a cross-ice pass, and it's picked off. And back the other way comes Doyle. He'll send one far away onto the net, and Mudrick will glove it, and he'll hold it, and we'll have an offensive zone face-off for the Falcons.
First test for Mudrick on the afternoon, and an easy glove save flashing the leather. As you mentioned, Evan Mudrick, he did not suit up tonight, but of course a leading goal scorer like him, the Firebirds looking to make sure he's all primed and ready when we get Flyers Cup action underway.
And the Firebirds control the face-off. DeRose trying to push it around to the outside. It'll be fought for along the board. Some bodies hit the ground, but it will be DeRose trying to control.
And look who's on the puck right there. That pass goes nowhere. But Holt, if you get him on the break, he's going to be flying.
If you blink, you might miss him, Dylan, when he's on his way down the ice.
A starburst of sorts.
That pass is sent all the way down Doyle chasing after it, but it's going to be an icing.
Something we haven't seen used against the Firebirds in multiple broadcasts, trying to go not blue line to blue line, but from cross ice trying to get that pass going. Doyle looking for that connection with Coyle. Just unable to make that apparent. Just out of reach, but a good idea.
Doyle and Boyle, and then there's Coyle on right here on Coyle.
All on the Falcons. The Oils all on the ice. Coyle up in the booth with us as well.
And the Firebirds trying to get something going in the corner, but it's a turnover, and the Falcons will head the other way. Again, trying one of those outlet passes, and that one connects. It's Sigmund sending one on net, and it's patted away by Mudrick.
Strong left leg, getting that puck out of the way of a potential rebound right in front of him. Great save from the young goalkeeper.
Hers trying to backhand it in. It'll be taken away, and the Falcons will try and move back ahead. This is Brandon McCanish. Up the far side, sending one. It was blocked in front. Rebound bounces around in front of Mudrick, and he'll get the glove on top of it.
Whistle blown with just over 3 minutes out of this first period of play. That play, the second rush, I guess you could say, coming before for Pennsbury, Moore's got to do a little bit better of making sure he doesn't hesitate. Does he pinch? Does he not pinch? Does he let the puck go by him? Well, that's unfortunately what he did. A break possibly right here, though.
Bazier sends it ahead for Marshall. He'll go and get it in the corner. Marshall with a nice maneuver finds Bazier, tries a centering pass. It was knocked up in the air by some sticks. Great defense by the Falcons.
The Firebirds so creative behind the opponent's net. That's where Bazier, guys like Holt as well on the ice today, can show that burst of speed, that creativity, and create chances in the slot.
A little miscommunication in the defensive zone nearly causes a turnover, but now the Firebirds will reemerge down the right side. Moving through some traffic, it'll be turned over and backhanded down the ice to no one in particular. Patrick Sluck with the puck, trying to advance with a long outlet. Down the right side, trying to move in. A lot of contact. It was two Falcons hitting the ice, and that pass bounces out of the reach of Chambers.
And see the Firebirds controlling the pace of play right now. They got puck possession. They're going to cough it up right here momentarily, but the Falcons just unable to get that one puck to bounce their way to get an opposition rush into the Firebirds' end of the ice.
Bazier flying in to get that puck and save it to Chambers. 11:30 to go here in the first period. Still a scoreless game between the Firebirds and the Falcons. Here comes Brady Bazier, a burst of speed. Gets it off to Marshall, back to Bazier, looking for a pass in front. That's knocked away and taken by the Falcons, and it's turned back over. Bazier sends one in from the slot. It was a deflected puck, and it will be covered up by Aaron McDaniel.
Sparrow with a really big pinch right there. He flew from the center ice red dot and just kept that puck in the zone. It's going to lead to an offensive zone faceoff right there, but I'm really surprised that he came all the way from in deep to keep that in. It could have been disastrous if it didn't go his way.
Reese Millman, like a shortstop, snagging that out of the air.
Moore shot and he scores! Sean Moore wins the faceoff, takes it in, and scores it. It's 1-0 Firebirds.
You can never stop keeping your eyes on the puck because that puck easily can find its way to the back of the net with the Firebirds. Face-off win, back of the net connection, cutting off all the momentum as well as me on the conversation there. Momentum back over to the Falcons, or rather the Firebirds. Falcons cut off with the momentum early on.
Now the Firebirds right back to work in front. Sparrow knocks it wide. Sparrow back on the puck, looking for a pass, sends one in front, and it goes right out of the reach.
That was Millman who made the nice stick play to keep it away from the slot.
And it went over Saravalli's stick. He was right on the doorstep. Sparrow working through some traffic, trying to control for the Firebirds. 10:40 to go here in the first period. The Firebirds are out to the quick 1-0 lead on today's Futures game. Sending that one, trying to send it in was Doyle, and Saravalli goes the other way, gives it off to Moore. Moore trying for number 2, works, and he spins away. Trying to possess the puck, tries to center it, that's deflected away.
That's an example of being a little too unselfish right there. You got to take the shot if you've got the opportunity.
Millman as well, that's 3 straight broken up plays on those slot passes. Just the one goal, of course, finding its way when it wasn't in the slot into the back of net, but Millman doing a great job defensively for the Falcons this afternoon.
And Guinan will control it at his team's own blue line, and now here come the Firebirds on their way in. 4 Firebirds against 2 Falcons. Lombardo comes away with it. Dom Lombardo works into the left circle, and he shoots. It's saved A nice pad save from McDaniel. And the clearing attempt is not successful, and now the Falcons will indeed get it out.
Oh, there was a lot of far side cage available right there. Icing is waved off, and there's a forecheck by the Falcons.
Falcons putting heavy pressure on the Firebirds early in this one. Sean Strange loses the puck. That'll be McCanish back the other way. Trying to put it behind the net. It is McCanish. Sends it back out to the point. A shot from the point deflected, and it goes wide. Back behind the net, McCanish again.
Looked like that shot hit the glove of Siegmund.
And now it's working behind the net. It was Siegmund now pushing it over to McCanish. Back out to the point. It goes to Marlin. He just dumps it in on Mudrick. It's in front of him. Great save by Mudrick. Siegmund had the look in front, and Mudrick hung right with him. The Firebirds trying to get this out of harm's way, and they won't be able to. Coyne tried to get it in, and now the Firebirds will advance it back the other way. It's Sean Strange on the far side. Tries to move into the slot, and he's upended.
Strong open ice hit, and that's the Falcons with size on the ice. It's all about what aggressive is too aggressive, especially against a Firebirds team with some electric offensive speed.
In front, and it's batted just wide. I don't know if that was with a stick or with a limb, but it doesn't find the back. Colin Mudrick watched it go wide. Fighting with it in the corner. We've seen a lot of action in front of Mudrick these last few minutes. The Falcons certainly trying to impose their will.
Already halfway through this opening period, and I'll get to what Mudrick did right there in a little bit, but that save is an example of a young goalie who has skills you can't be taught.
Falcons sending it all the way around. Kieran Chambers was waiting for it, and it went over his stick. It'll go all the way to the other end. Moore is back to get it. He'll wheel around a couple of defenders. Now he's looking to advance the puck, and that's deflected away where Millman will push it back. Chambers again. Trying to bank it off the boards, and Millman was there waiting for it, but he can't quite get it in the zone. Chasing it again is Millman, working through a bunch of players. Quite the shift for Millman. Bezier trying to get it out to his teammate. Butler has it, stumbles a bit. And it's a turnover. Butler's got it in the slot. Butler trying to advance. Now just looking for a teammate as he's pushed up against the boards, and that'll be sent back out to Schultz.
You got to turn inside to the goal line. Don't go up to the blue line there.
Butler in the circle. It's poked away from him, and he'll push it over to Sean Marshall. He'll skate in front, passes, and they score! It was Brady Bezier. A great feed, and Bezier smashes it home. It's 2-0 Firebirds.
And as I mentioned, just when Millman isn't in the slot to disrupt that pass across crease, it's a back of the net connection for the Firebirds. Brady Bezier once again right where he needs to be, backdoor, and makes it count.
Big goal right there to make it 2-0, but I do want to talk about Mudrick right there with that great left pad save. That's the kind of save that with the rebound control, you need to be able to learn, as right there, a shot in on goal. Had a little bit of problems with the puck. It handcuffed him a bit. He's got to learn as a young goaltender how to hold the puck and keep it there and freeze it. Now that's exactly what didn't happen in the double save he had to make. But when it comes to having to deal with those rebounds, the reaction, the reflexes of his left pad save, that's what you don't get taught. That's what you have based on skill alone, Luke.
Yeah, young goaltender, clearly very talented right in front of our eyes. And that looked like a hand pass from the Firebirds, so it will be an offensive zone faceoff for the Falcons. Each team with 7 shots so far with 6:44 to go in the first period. The Firebirds have converted on 2 of their 7 shots, and they lead 2-0. Working along the boards, that's Evan Eisler trying to put it behind the net where Sluck is waiting for it. His pass out of the reach of Saravalli. Trying to keep it in is Doyle, pushing it back into the corner where Eisler will go to chase it. He's met up with Schultz, a battle in the corner. Moore's there as well. Doyle trying to send it around. It goes out of the reach of Falkenstein, and it'll be pushed up ahead by Sparrow. A 3-on-1, maybe 2 if they hurry. Sparrow on the right side, waiting, sends one in front. It's deflected into the slot, backhander, and it's going to be covered up by McDaniel.
I want to say real quick, I think Moore stopped that his own team's shot by being in the crease. Even if it went in, I don't know if it would have counted. Oh.
So much traffic in front, and as you mentioned, wasn't the tender with the gold save, but he's able to cover it up, avoid a rebound opportunity, and the Falcons sigh of relief as that one will be kept out of the back of the net, and this game just stays 2-0. The deficit just down by 2 for Pennsbury.
And we see another example of what you mentioned earlier, Erica. A full length of the ice pass the Falcons try to convert, but once again it goes out of reach and it results in an icing. Is that too big of a risk to try those passes too often, Eric?
Well, I can say in the early parts of this game, you can try and test it out, see where the puck's bouncing off the boards. But now you're going to see the Firebirds adjust, especially after this first intermission when they got a time to have a conversation. They're going to know their defense going to play back a little bit more.
Moving in, chasing after it is Moore. Moore will take it behind the net. Hands it off for Sparrow. Anthony Sparrow spinning with it. Good job to keep possession. Sends one in front. The shot is deflected away. Trying to get it back up to Sluckin. There's a long outlet pass. Siegman trying to control it. The defender falls down and makes the play to stop it. Brendan Schultz on his backside knocks it away.
From his back pocket, from his wallet, if you will, Schultz able to just get a stick on that and avoid a one-on-one with Mudrick in net.
Saravalli sends it to Butler, and he'll make a long outlet pass for Mike Holt, just out of the reach of the speedster. And again, Schultz hits the ice. We're having a number of players hit the ice early in this period with 5
Ice is
minutes
slippery.
to go. Yes, it is, Dylan. Some great top-notch analysis with 5 minutes to go in the period. Moving in, trying to advance. It was McCanish. He's in the slot now working with it, and he turns it over. Mike Holt back the other way. Working, shooting, and it's gloved out of the air. It'll be saved by McDaniel.
There's Holt with that burst of speed. Perhaps if he ditched that, would have created more of an opportunity. We mentioned the Firebirds so creative behind the opposition's net. Right there, flinging on that easy glove save for the goaltender.
Oh, Holt's so good. I can't wait to see what he does with the varsity team.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is the varsity team.
We know how good he is now. Imagine when he gets a full season of play up with the big squad. And the Falcons trying to avoid a turnover. It's smashed back in by Lombardo, but the Falcons will control it. The Falcons, they've had a couple of opportunities, but they have not converted, still trailing 2-0. Icing is waved off. That puck was deflected, and DeRose chasing after it. Backhands it to Holt. Tries to put it through his legs. Nearly turned it over. And he did end up turning it over. The Falcons will bank it back in, but DeRose was waiting for it. At neutral ice now, the Falcons will send one in on Mudrick. He gloves it, and he gives it away to Guinan. Knows his team had no need to give up that offensive zone draw. And they'll move back the other way. Sean Strange trying to pass ahead to Pears. Pears will shoot, and it didn't get there. It was blocked. Chasing after it. Back to DeRose at the point. He'll move in up along the boards, and he'll push it behind the net. Strange waiting in the corner. Gets it to Pers. Smarin now swirling with it. Working all the way around. Tries to send one in front, and it goes all the way back up to the point. It's Guinan. He'll loft that one in. A centering pass. Deflected and score! It looked like it was an own goal. Zach Pears flung it in front. It hit the skate of a Falcon, and it finds the back of the net.
And after denying a shot on net, Justin Marlin, unfortunately, his stick will get in the way of this pass, but it will find its way with a shot on goal. Justin Marlin, a little too aggressive, trying to get that poke check. Unfortunately, this puck will find its way behind his own netminder, and a goal in favor of Holy Ghost Prep.
Yeah, and at that moment, McDaniel was looking in a few other directions, trying to almost direct his team on where to go. He couldn't necessarily see if the puck went back up to the tightrope. Unfortunately for him, though, that shot, that swinging shot, came right as he was not looking. He couldn't get set, and now it's 3-0 to the Firebirds. 3 minutes left in this opening period.
And a big hit in the corner, but the Firebirds, they've just dominated the ability to convert these opportunities. A similar amount of shots for both teams. The Falcons with 8, the Firebirds with only 3 more at 11, but it has been the Firebirds converting early against Aaron McDaniel.
And more importantly, you've seen Holy Ghost Prep control the pace of play, not only when they're on the offensive attack, but defensively as well. These pucks are going to continue to pinball in the neutral zone, but when they're going to be able to put shots like that on net and keep puck possession on their own end of the ice, that's where they're the most dangerous.
Chambers with it along the boards, finds Strange, he'll send it into Pers. Backhanding it all the way across, and the Falcons will send it down the ice. It's good to see the Firebirds in a futures game looking like the present. They lead 3-0. They've played very well so far. Moving up the far side. Looking for a pass to Marshall. Passes it back to Bajer. Back to Marshall. Shot. He scores! Some tic-tac-toe passing by the Firebirds. And it's a 4-0 lead.
And this game's getting a little out of hand quick here in the first period of play. The Firebirds just connecting on all cylinders. Tic-tac-toe passing. Pennsbury just not stepping up, not putting the pressure. They got the size on the ice, but defensemen like Marlin and Coyne there just unable to step up and apply that pressure to avoid those passes in the slot to connect and convert.
And it is just a very tough spot to be in if you're the Falcons, falling behind 4-0 so fast. What would you guys be telling your team right now if you fall behind this fast? What are you trying to adjust?
Well, you do know, obviously, that the other team you're playing, the Firebirds, they've got a strong varsity and some strong top players on the JV team. All you can really ask for right now is to just skate, because sometimes luck doesn't go your way, but sometimes it can with a 2-on-1.
Moving ahead, here they come, passing it in front, a one-on-one with the goaltender. The shot goes wide. It was McCulloch with the shot. Sending one in front, deflected. What a pad save by Mudrick.
A big deflection there, too.
Moving back the other way is Butler. Marshall stays on sides. Butler trying to maneuver into the corner. Marshall tries to backhand it, goes off the back of the cage, and it'll go all the way back out to Schultz.
See, all you need to do right there is hit the net when you have a 2-on-1, then it turned into a breakaway. He wasn't able to do it, and that obviously cost his team an opportunity right there. But things like that, as an Icius call with exactly a minute left in the period, things like that, Luke, Eric, is what makes a game come closer. It's just skating, it's looking at the bounces, it's trying to read where the puck is going to go before it's actually there. That's what makes the great players the great players. It's being able to see the action happen before it actually does. And something like that, where the puck bounces off the glass and they've got a 2-on-1 going the other way, that's what you kind of learn playing hockey. It's that hockey IQ right there.
Sparrow goes flying into the boards, as you mentioned, just under a minute remaining here in the first period. Millman trying to go back the other way with speed. Sticks all over the place, going through a linesman, and now Guinan will try and push it ahead to Sparrow. Tries to backhand it, can't get it out. Moving in front for the Falcons, and the shot, they score! A big-time goal as the first period winds down. The Falcons are on the board. It's now 4-1.
And that goal all starts with the man Millman on the defensive effort. He steps up as a forward almost, pushing that forecheck, and he's going to allow throwing his body around this puck to fall onto the stick of the Falcons, making it count, finding the back of that. Mudrick, you saw a poach check. He had an opportunity when that puck was just right there in the middle. Caught it a little too late, and the Falcons able to convert on that open net opportunity.
Eric Eisler credited with that one. Eric, you told us to watch out for them, the brothers on this Falcons team. Moving back in is Barger. 20 seconds to go in the period. Do the Firebirds have one last opportunity in them? Lombardo fighting for it. It'll go all the way off to the side where Guinan is waiting for it. He'll try a centering pass. It's knocked away in front of Barger. It bounces off the side of the cage. 5 seconds to go. That'll be sent all the way down to the other end. Icing, it's not quite called, and the first period will come to an end. After one period of play, it is the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds 4 and the Pennsbury Falcons 1. Stick with us. We'll have a brief break before we come back with the second period on the TUICE Network. Hello and welcome back to the Grundy Ice Arena for this second period of play between the Firebirds and the Falcons. A quick shot by Bears, not even letting me reintroduce the TUICE Network.
Welcome.
I'm Luke Mealy alongside Dylan Coyle and Eric Jessberger.
And here we go, picking up right where they left off in the first period, the Firebirds in Pennsbury's end of the ice.
It was a dominating first period for the Firebirds where they put up 4 goals from 4 different players. And that one will be sent all the way down again by the Falcons. Another icing. We saw plenty of that in the first period.
Yeah, and the first period, it went by really quickly. Mostly the first half of the first period. It was like we never even got a stoppage. And then all of a sudden, everything started getting a lot slower, Eric.
And yeah, for sure, the fact that Mudrick in net played strong today, that one goal just with under a minute, change on the clock. Eric Eisler able to find the back of net. The only goal so far for the Falcons, but Mudrick otherwise has been exceptional in net, and that's why he wasn't quite tested. He's got a strong defense in front of him for that first half. The second half is where we've seen the Falcons. More play continues. They can try and work in this 3-goal deficit much closer.
Butler behind the net looking for a pass. It's deflected, and Marshall comes away with it. He's looking for a feed into the slot. He'll wheel it back around and spin it behind the net to Butler. Butler to Bezier.
Watch the blue paint.
Bezier to Butler. He'll send one all the way across. It's out. It's off a stick, and Moore's there waiting for it.
Looking
off the
back
boards
door
to Bezier. Sending one in front, and he scores! Brady Bezier, nasty shot. It is now 5-1 Firebirds.
That is the third goal that has gone 5-hole on McDaniel. That is something he needs to work on throughout the remainder of this game, is getting down in the butterfly because it's hurting him. And unfortunately for him as well, they're getting some clear opportunities, some direct lines of view on the shots, and now it is 5-1 for the Firebirds.
A dominating start to this one for the Firebirds. That is Brady Bezier's second goal of the evening. 14:30 to go here in the second period. A long shot, and Mudrick will poke it aside. Millman trying to work behind the net with it. Saravalli was there, so is Moore, and they take it away from him. A pass, Saravalli didn't notice it, and it works its way out to Sparrow. Sparrow against 2 defenders, works into the slot, tries to drop it off, and it goes right to Moore. Moore working, he'll shoot, and it's deflected just wide. Might have got the glove of McDaniel. In front, again, the Firebirds with an opportunity. And Moore comes away with it, trying to get it to Sparrow on the right side.
Gotta get the puck out.
Sparrow tries to center it all the way across. The shot goes just wide. It might have been deflected on its way in. Back the other way comes Eisler. Tries to send one across, and it's an offsides against the Falcons. Evan Eisler, he saw his brother score. He wanted to get in on the action, but that one will be called back.
Little too eager, Eric.
just creeping off sides. And as we mentioned, when the Falcons are coming up with reinforcements and even strength or a man advantage, that's where they have an opportunity to connect with the back of the net. Just a little too eager, and they fall off sides.
And back the other way comes Dom Lombardo. His shot is deflected up into the netting. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the Firebirds.
Well, it's like what we were saying before the game started, or actually right at the start of the game. We're going to see sustained pressure from the Firebirds and more rush opportunities, some chances from the breakout for the Falcons. And so far, that's proven to be very true in this game.
And the Firebirds look to control the faceoff. It's taken away by the Falcons. Back the other way was McCall trying to move it ahead, and now he'll send it in on the right side, but the Falcons have to tag up to avoid being offsides. Guinan sends it across to DeRose. DeRose moving it ahead. The lefty sends it up to Barger. Barger on the near side. He'll send one in on goal. It's off the pad of McDaniel. I don't know if he quite knew where it was, but he makes the stop and covers it up.
Those black pads, didn't quite know where that was. He looked to his left, the puck was right in front of him. Lucky for him, he had his glove right there to cover her up.
You know, I'm always a fan of white pads for a goaltender because shooters will think it's the twine, and maybe they'll shoot right at the pad.
It's a great strategy, Dylan, and it looks like Colin Mudrick sort of took what you were saying. He went right with it with the white pads today. Trying to move up the side, a spinning shot, and again, standing completely up as McDaniel leaving
very 1970s looking.
leaving the bottom part of the net open. as Mike Holt comes from behind and steals it, but he loses the puck trying to advance it in.
This will be an icing.
And we've got yet another icing against the Falcons.
That puck did not want to be iced. It died right as it crossed the goal line.
Right before crossing the line. And we'll see how many goals the Firebirds can put up today. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, we've seen this ice get a bit choppy. You mentioned Slook multiple times falling on the ice in the first period. That puck right there evidently stopping right where it was. We can see that play a factor in this game when these pucks and these long outlet passes for the Falcons prove unsuccessful.
12:38 to go here in the second period as the Falcons will try and move ahead. They haven't had many opportunities today. Siegman will try and send one all the way across. The shot goes wide. It might have hit a body in front. Sending that ahead, moving the other way. It's Smarin trying to weave through some defenders, and he lost the puck. It moves back out to Moore. He'll move into the high slot. His shot is right into the gut of McDaniel.
Hey, it was getting down to his knees, making the save there. That's what you've got to keep doing. Sometimes you just need to keep doing it, even almost exaggerate yourself in a way, because you want to get that in your head, that you got to keep making saves like that. You got to keep getting down to your knees and going into the butterfly. That's exactly what he did right there, and it helped out. And I'll tell you another thing, Luke. Defensively, both of these teams have left a lot to be desired. Yes, it is 5-1, but there's been a lot of quick break chances, and that's going to be a penalty right there.
It looked like a few of the refs were willing to let it go, but finally on the back line, that will be called. It looked like
it's going to be an interference.
An interference call going against the Firebirds, and it will put the Falcons on their first power play of the game.
Logan Doyle with a chance to take that puck and go one-on-one against Mudrick. And heading to the box will be Moore. He'll trade the 2 minutes in the box for a for sure breakaway opportunity for the Falcons, and down by 4. I'm sure Pennsbury, they're going the power play where they have a percentage completion. They are 12 for 39 on the power play, but they're going to want that one-on-one opportunity with Mudrick probably back.
We'll see how well the Falcons can control the puck on this power play as that one's deflected into the seats. They haven't really contained the puck too much today. They've had a couple of odd man rushes going the other way, but we've seen the Firebirds do a lot more puck possession with the Falcons looking to just go the other way.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Firebirds get clear control of the puck, that they try and make an offensive zone cycling game out of it.
And that pass looked to go in front. It's deflected high all the way to the other end. Sent back up near the point, trying to send one on net, and Mudrick's right pad was there. McCanish will send it to the corner. That's Siegman back out to Millman. His shot goes wide. It might have been deflected, and Slook will try and send it all the way around and out.
That 74% penalty kill, proving successful on a couple great open looks for the Falcons on their top power play unit. Millman doing work down low.
Bajer the steal, the pass in front, and Marshall scores! You hit it right on the head, Dylan. This Firebirds team was not going to take off because they were shorthanded. Bajer with the steal finds Marshall in front for his second goal of the game.
What a duo, doing the most on the ice. As we mentioned, just before that shot connected with Twine, Millman doing everything he can, just got outmanned. This Firebirds offense never lets up, and once again proving successful. That forecheck right in your wheelhouse, and they make it count when they get those open looks in front of the slot.
Yeah, it's just kind of been sloppy both sides defensively, like we've said. I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons get an unbelievable opportunity here on this power play from a little bit of lackadaisical slot play.
Still 50 seconds to go on that man advantage with Colin Moore in the box for interference. We'll see if the Falcons can take advantage. Centering one in front, it was deflected on its way there. Sparrow trying to get it out into the high slot, and it will be smashed all the way down by Slook.
And you saw even Sparrow, he tried to carry that puck out to the neutral zone instead of dishing it out like a typical defenseman would on the power play or the penalty kill. He tries to carry it. This Firebirds offense continues to try and put shots on net, even shorthanded.
A near icing, it'll be taken by DeRose, sending it all the way around for Sparrow. 15 seconds to go on the power play, 10:20 to go in the second period, where the Firebirds lead 6-1. Sparrow flying into the zone, into the middle, over to the right side. His shot goes wide.
I caught him off angle as well.
And that one will just be tapped back in by Guinan as this power play comes to an end. Colin Moore exits the box. Moving in is Marlin. Up the far side, the lefty looking for an angle. Saravalli's there to challenge him. DeRose on the other side. And moving in, the shot is deflected up away from Mudrick. And that puck will be moved up along the boards. Sending one all the way across. A wrister, it's off the glove of Mudrick and wide. Moving now behind the net, a pass in front of the slot, the shot! I think Mudrick got it! A big shot's knocked down by Sparrow, and he'll go back the other way. A 2-on-2, Anthony Sparrow trying to move into the middle, the backhand, and what a save by McDaniel!
Oh my goodness, some unbelievable action. Both ends of the ice. DeRose keeps it in. Will he be able to get an offensive chance? Yes, they will.
Moore all the way across, and a falling shot. Couldn't get enough on it. It was John Saravalli stumbling on the shot. Sparrow tries to control, and he's tripped up. And now Moore, just out of the box, will have to go the other way, trying to keep control, and he lost the puck. McCall was there for an instant to take it, but Moore will move it back ahead.
Did you see the pass off the opposing team's goal right there?
Moore in front, the shot, and it didn't get through McDaniel.
He got to his knees.
There we go, muscle memory closing up the 5-hole. McDaniel's muscle memory, he's going to get very used to shots on net, facing 23 already this evening. Able to lock up there. The bread and butter for this Firebirds offense is those cross-ice, cross-crease passes. And right there, the Falcons now starting to get used to that more, cover up the slot, and McDaniel standing tall in net on a great 2-on-1 opportunity for Holy Ghost.
And for McDaniel, it's great to see him improving. While it is a futures game for Holy Ghost Prep, McDaniel may be getting the start because of that. Merrick Jorgensen, the usual goaltender for Pennsbury, not in net today. Now back the other way, Lombardo tries a pass, that's knocked away, but Michael Holt's still going to get to it. Look at the speed, Holt sends one in front to Lombardo, and it goes just wide. The two JV teammates trying to team up on offense right there on varsity.
We mentioned this choppy ice playing a factor. Boyle getting tripped up on the ice, falling down in a 2-on-1 break, just unable to convert was Holy Ghost.
And it's just off the stick of Colin Moore. He'll send it all the way across for Chambers. Chambers weaving through, tries to send it ahead for Moore, leading him into the zone, and he'll just push it into the corner. Holt trying to chase after it. It's pushed up along the boards off a couple of bodies, and that one's not quite out. Chambers has it in the slot, moving to the right, moving by a defender. He'll send it in front, and it goes through the blue paint and wide.
And that whole right side of the cage was wide open, just unable to get it stick on that puck.
And another offsides on another prime opportunity for the Falcons. They had a couple of offensive players and only one defender, but they could not convert.
Halfway through this second period of play, and Eric, what are you seeing on the ice? Oh, look at that. We've got a goaltending change.
We heard that might happen for this futures game, so a great sight to see the Firebirds showing off a bit of the depth chart, a bit of the talent they have on the come-up, and now entering. And stepping in net will be Soul for the Firebirds.
Jason Sewell in for the Firebirds, and for the Falcons, number 1, Deuce. We don't have a first name. He wasn't on the roster, but we're happy he's joining us today.
We expect Deuce to be tested very frequently as the Firebirds coughing it up in the neutral zone, something they haven't quite done, especially in the second period. But we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone, as it won't do any damage coughing up the puck there.
You know, even though he's had a rough game, McDaniel did a pretty nice job in the last few minutes of his actual action in net. He was able to start to get that muscle memory back of getting on the ice, making saves that were aiming for the 5-hole. And you know what? That's all you can really ask, because you're only as good as your last save.
Into the slot, the shot is knocked away by Strange, and you're right, Dylan. It's all about growing, especially in a game like this where a lot of young players are playing for both sides. Now the Firebirds will try and move it back ahead. And it's on the stick of Strange. Tries to send Smarin ahead, but it's out of his reach. And that pass drifts into the slot. Nobody was home for the Firebirds. Under 7 minutes to go here in the second period, as Purrs will send it in. He's got one of the 6 goals on the day for the Firebirds. Very good pressure from the Firebirds. Smarin is there as well as Strange. It's 2-on-2 between the Falcons and the Birds, and it's taken away. Trying to move into the zone was McCulloch and Sigmund, and they turn it over.
Yeah, that puck just seems to be skipping over the blades of all the players' sticks.
Trying to send it up the ice, and instead it ends up in the bench of the Falcons.
McDaniels, another save. He grabbed that puck out of the air, hit on the bench. And as you mentioned, the goalie change, we'll see the pressure. Both goalies haven't been tested just quite yet, as the shot total remains 24-12 in favor of Holy Ghost Prep. And those shots, of course, evidently showing on the scoreboard.
Off the face-off, the shot is saved. Sewell getting thrown right into the fire early, but he makes the nice shoulder save.
There's that first touch for Sewell. That's got to feel good.
Backhander in front. No one was home, and now Bezier will try and advance it the other way with Marshall. Bezier cross ice to Guinan. Has a lot of room to roam on that right side. Guinan, he's pushed off the puck. A nice defensive play by McCaw. Back out to DeRose. Gets it over to Butler along the boards. He'll spin it over to Marshall. Marshall in a battle with Millman, and Millman wins it. Sending it up the boards, but Guinan's there waiting for it. He'll dump it back into the corner. Marshall sends it back to DeRose. And it goes over the stick of Butler, but Bezier is there waiting for it. Bezier trying to control, looking to get it back up to Guinan at the point, but some heavy pressure by Millman gets it out, and the Falcons tried to move the other way, but they turn it over. And Butler will bank it all the way in. The only one on this first line without a goal. DeRose keeps it in, and now the Falcons look to advance. Trying to push it into the zone. It's Eisler looking for a pass in front. It's off the stick. It'll be sent all the way back out.
And that defensive breakup started with DeRose, who's able to knock down the puck. Might have been just for a split second, but he avoided a 2-on-1. Could have been a 2-on-0 break for the Falcons if that blue line to blue line connection happened.
Marshall up the far side. Marshall working it behind the net. Lifted up off the puck, and now he gets it to Guinan, and he'll just bank it all the way around. Butler's waiting for it. 4.5 to go in the second period. Butler to Bezier. Bezier very patient.
Go for a little Michigan. Got a little fancy with the behind. Brady Brazier working right in his office behind the opponent's net.
Butler tries to send one in front. That's just out of reach. And back the other way come the Falcons. Bezier's all over that one.
Oh, futures game. Wouldn't you have loved to see it, Dylan?
He's the present.
Eisler trying to move in, and we've
that's
got
off.
Another offsides on the Falcons. A lot of the little plays are things the Falcons really have not been able to do well with icings offsides, Dylan.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the small plays, which honestly, the way you get goals are by making sure you can connect good moments on those small plays, and obviously that's not been something they've been too successful at this evening.
Spot on. The puck literally has been bouncing all over the ice, and when those pucks bounce your way, you got to convert.
Moore on the far side. Spinning it in is Sparrow, back to Moore. Sean Moore sends it down. Saravalli back up to Moore, and Saravalli will send it back to Sparrow behind the net. Sparrow, he's trying it too. Sparrow working behind the net, sends one in front for Moore, a spinning shot, he couldn't quite get it.
Moore wasn't prepared to get that puck right there.
Moving along to the boards, and that will be sent all the way down where Colin Moore is waiting for it.
Now, if I'm a player on the Falcons and I see another player try to do the Michigan, I'm upset.
Moving in, Moore to Saravalli, he loses it back to Moore, his shot is saved. The first play of the game where Douse has had to make a save. Moving in is Moore, sending it back to the point to his brother Colin. Over to Sparrow. Sparrow working along the circle, tries to weave it all the way onto the blue line.
Oh,
and
he walked that
flips it in.
tightrope.
Sending it into the slot, but it'll be knocked away by the Falcons, and Colin Moore will have to take that one back out past the red line.
Oh, this has been a quick period again. 3 minutes to go until we have our long intermission break.
Moving it ahead for Sean Moore. Chambers now up the far side, trying to work into the middle, but a lot of Falcon defenders are there. Slook now has it. He'll let it fly. It's knocked down in front. The spinning shot in front by Sparrow. Rebound shot saved by Douse. A lot of action in front of him, but he stood tall to the task.
Great save, able to stand tall, as you said, and also use his size advantage to almost spread his wings, keep the pads in front, his gloves, his blocker as well, able to get around the puck and knock it down.
Was that a pun on this being a game between birds?
You could say, Dylan.
We'll give you credit for it, Eric. We'll count it.
Dylan Coyle, your analysis picking up our commentary as well. Give this man a pay raise, TUICE Network.
From 0?
And that one will be sent in with 2:15 to go in the second period, with the Firebirds in complete control this one, ahead 6-1. We'll see if either team, the Firebirds certainly trying to add on to this one. Lombardo moves into the slot, finds Barger. Barger's pass in front. It deflects into the net. It looked like it hit the body of Lombardo as it flew into the goal. It looks like they're going to count it despite the net coming off its moorings. It is now 7-1 Firebirds.
I'm almost positive that went off of Brendan McCanish, which would mean it's another own goal. 7-1. My goodness.
Left skate leaped up and caught that puck midair. If it was soccer, that'd be an excellent kick goal. However, this one's going to be on the wrong net, enter the back of the net, and 7-1 with another 2 minutes of play. It's all Firebirds, and it's a playground out there right now for Holy Ghost Prep.
And we've talked a lot about the goaltenders for this Falcons team, maybe not standing up to the task so far, but they've been hit with 2 own goals. They've been hung out to dry a number of times, and that's really the biggest part of this 7-1 game.
It's just, for me, defensive effort that they need to work on right now, as that puck is sent in on goal with Sewell for the save. Sewell, excuse me. And you know what? I have to say, both teams, in the lone opportunities that have happened in on the Firebirds net and in the plentiful on the Falcons side, the slot is just not congested at all. It's basically, here's the slot, here is the crease area, please take it and put our goaltenders out to dry. It's been a little hard to watch defensively.
And you've seen efforts from Millman in the slot. Sorry to cut you off there, Luke, but that's the bread and butter of the Firebirds. Those cross-crease passes, open slot connections, and once again, Firebirds throwing shots on net, and they've been able to connect multiple times today, and that's why the score shows it.
And that shot from Slook deflected high into the netting with 1:16 to go in this second period. And as you guys mentioned, there's been opportunities for both sides, but it's really been the Firebirds that have just converted. They've scored 7 goals on the 27 shots they put on net, while on the Falcons side, they've scored 1 goal on the 14 shots on net.
Yeah, and when it comes down to conversion rate, right, it's all going into the Firebirds' way right now.
Strange with it behind the net. Trying a pass in front, and Strange was there to try and backhand it home. Working it over, it's Pers, pardon me, and back the other way come the Falcons under a minute to go in the second period. Nearly turned over, so we're going to see Marlin take it all the way back behind his own goal.
You got to make sure, man, there has to be skating there.
Pers tries a centering pass, it was knocked down. And the Falcons trying to clear it out, trying to have a man leak out as well, but they just cannot get it out of the defensive zone.
You got to put your body there and get it in front of the puck, because the stick is so small compared to what your body is, and putting your body on the line will mean you get the puck getting out of your zone. That's been such a big issue so far for the Falcons tonight, getting the puck out of your own zone. And if you're unable to do that, then you're going to give up a bunch of high-octane opportunities.
12 seconds remaining here in this second period before our extended intermission, and a 7-1 lead for the Firebirds. Moving back ahead is Smarin. 4 seconds on the clock. Will he get a shot off? He'll just try and send it in, and we'll have an offsides with 1.6 seconds remaining in the second.
Hey, quick face-off. They connected on a face-off goal already, right off the drop of the puck.
It's from the neutral zone.
This one won't be, but hey, the talent on this Firebirds team, you never know. Quick shot on net.
Clean win, a one-time snapper.
Hey, if I was out there.
It'll be Sean Strange, the lefty, on this face-off.
Hey, wizardry right there with Strange.
and the face-off, no one even touches the puck, and that will take us to the end of this second period. It was full of goal scoring for the Firebirds. They continue their dominant play, and as we head to the third and final period of play, it is the Firebirds 7 and the Falcons 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Grundy Ice Arena for this matchup on the TUICE Network between the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds and the Pennsbury Falcons in a bit of a futures game today for Holy Ghost Prep. I'm Luke Milai alongside Eric Jessberger and Dylan Coyle. And fellas, it's a 7-1 lead for the Firebirds. What stood out to you through those first two periods?
Let me tell you, evident on the scoreboard, 7-1, the Firebirds are cruising. We mentioned they're playing on all cylinders. It's a playground out there right now for Holy Ghost Prep. And we mentioned as well, the Michigan move has been displayed by Sparrow and Bezier. The Michigan, of course, when a player behind the opposition's net lifts it up with their stick, lifts it over, trying to go bar down and enter that puck into the back of the net. We can expect to maybe see some of that wizardry worked on the ice, but right now the Falcons, with a face-off win, they're looking to try and get this 6-goal deficit much closer.
Millman back out at the high slot. He'll fire, and it's deflected wide. Remember, Jason Sewell has entered the game as the goaltender for the Firebirds, playing the second half of this game after Colin Mudrick got the first half. And it's a turnover. Millman will send one on net. It's saved by Sewell. Great reflexes. A quick shot from Millman.
McInish is going to be thinking about that one tonight. He had an open look right in front of that on that rebound. The leading goal scorer for the Falcons just unable to get that puck in front.
And a spinning shot is turned away by Sewell. He has been active early in this third period, and that one will just be flipped down the ice by Saravalli.
You know, if we're talking about showcasing the Michigan, you just have to be in the parking lot outside with us broadcasters in the intermission.
It was one of the most entertaining intermissions I've ever been a part of.
I think Dylan Coyle has a mic. He should be on the ice playing. We should be commentating him.
Holt back the other way, and that'll drift to the corner. He's right there to get it.
High school level hockey for me.
DeRose trying to bank it around behind the net. Strange waiting for it. Pers is there as well, trying to send it out to Strange. Strange moves to the high slot. His shot didn't get all the way there. Strange will send that one to the corner, or DeRose will send it to Strange in the corner. And that pass nearly centered in front to Holt. It was knocked away. Pers tried to make the feed. That shot is deflected on its way in, and now Holt will go to the corner for it.
Some better looking hockey from the Falcons already in this period.
Some great energy, some good defense, but there's a turnover. Mike Holt working, tries to backhand one. It goes off the side of the cage. Holt working back out, finds Geenan in the high slot, and he'll send it all the way around to Pers. Behind the goal. Pers looking for an outlet, tries to send one in front. It went across the blue paint, and no one was there.
Good looking cross crease pass.
Pers again spins one in front. That shot will be taken from a tough angle, and it's saved.
And DeRose, who's been patrolling that blue line, creating second and third opportunities for this Firebirds offense, just unable to cup his stick around that puck. And it will enter the neutral zone where it's what battled for once again. The Falcons will now circle around and get an offensive attack going.
13:20 to go here in the third and final period between the Firebirds and the Falcons. As Millman will try and get anything going for the Falcons. It has been a while since they found the back of the net. They have not found any success against Jason Sewell in his brief time on the ice.
And unfortunately, their most recent back of net connection came off their own man. 2 own goals in the second and first period for this Falcons team, but right now, man advantage the other way.
Here they come, a 3-on-2 back the other way. A shot is pushed away by Sewell, and now it's deflected around in front, and now it'll be taken back the other way by the Firebirds. Trying to advance it through traffic. It'll go down to Barger in the middle of the ice. Eisler's there as well, and that one will be smashed all the way down by Slook. It bounces in front of the net, but Boyle's the only one there for the Falcons. His pass to the corner over the stick of Millman. Drops out to the point. The shot is blocked on its way in. The Falcons can't get any momentum the other way, and they'll have it in their own zone. It's a turnover. Smarin shoots, and it's saved by Deuce.
Great save in net, standing tall. It didn't bite on that quick stutter step move on the intercepted pass. Boyle just looking to get that out the other way to the neutral zone. But right there was the Firebirds able to take that and put a shot on net.
You know, a little factoid for any of our Temple ice hockey families watching this stream. Coyne, his dad played some hockey with Rich Treves, Mr. Treves, who was the father of Ryan Treves, passed away a few years ago with Temple Ice Hockey. Beloved his family, beautiful people, but just wanted to give them a little shout out. They're watching the game right now, so we love talking to you guys, Mr. and Mrs. Trevs. Always thinking of Ryan and all of you and Chris.
And there's a save by Soul, and you're right, Dylan. We are so happy to have them listening into this one. And the Firebirds will try and get it out of their own defensive zone. It'll go all the way around where Marlon's waiting for it at the point. He'll try and send it behind the net, but Slook is there waiting for it. Slook trying to go out in front of his own net. He's pushed down to the ice. And back behind the net, Schultz trying to control some physical play here from the Falcons. Trying to get anything going in this third period. And there's a long outlet ahead. Here comes Zach Pers up the left side, out of his reach, so he'll have to go behind the net with it.
The Falcons wanting offsides. Didn't get that call in their favor, but lucky for them, they'll be able to pickpocket Pers and get this puck out.
Definitely a much better period, though, for the Falcons so far. It's very nice to see some high-intensity hockey coming from them. Maybe that long intermission helped.
And it more resembles their play in the first period. If you remember, right as this game got underway, they were very energetic. They were pressuring very hard against this Firebirds team, and that second period just got very out of control. Now Lombardo back down the near side. Into the quarter, Smarin waiting for it behind the net. It's ripped away from him by Millman. And he'll try and loft that one out into the neutral zone, where it will be controlled by the Firebirds. Back the other way comes DeRose with some speed. DeRose wheels behind the net. Gets it to Smarin. His shot is saved away by Deuce. Strange, the rebound. His backhander went wide. Didn't have much control of that puck.
That's what I'm talking about, though. You need to clog up the slots.
Back the other way for the Falcons. Wheeling on in and pushed down to the ice was McInish. He's back up to get it behind the net. 10 minutes to go in this second period. Millman working with it. Works into the corner. Now he'll send it behind the net to the captain, Sigmund. Back over to McInish. In front to Millman. His shot is gloved oh so casually by Jason Sewell.
Smooth and silky. What a glove save in net. Able to flash the leather and take away the short side for the Falcons on an opportunity to try and connect with the back of the net for number 2 on the day. However, Sewell will have another idea and deny that shot from entering the back of the net.
Sewell was silky smooth and full of soul right there on that save. I'm sorry.
So well said, Dylan Coyle. It is such a treat to be on the broadcast with you today. And there's the pass into the slot. Trying to take it away is Marshall. It'll be pushed away to the corner. It'll be battled in the corner. 3 Firebirds and 1 Falcon, and Marshall comes away with it for Holy Ghost Prep. Trying to work it ahead, but couldn't quite get it on his stick was Barger, and now he'll move it ahead to Slook. Spinning back into some traffic, and now moving the other way. It's Brandon Barger. Down the right side, spinning back with it. Gets it out to the high slot. Slook, a shot! It might have been deflected on the way in, and Douse knocked it down. Into the corner now, it's Marshall. Trying to bring it all the way around, finds Schultz in the slot. He sends one on the ice all the way down, and Deuce made the save.
Oh, that takes a lot of energy to try and get that puck to get on goal with the shot, because he was basically turned 180 degrees away from cage. He was trying to spin himself, put his wrists around and get that shot off. It wasn't a strong one, but at least it sent it the correct way.
And back the other way comes Saravalli over to Sparrow. Anthony Sparrow on the right side tries a pass. It was knocked down in front. Into the corner now where the Firebirds control. Mike Holt trying a cross-ice pass. It was knocked up in the air, but it will stay in the Firebirds' possession. Sparrow behind the net. Flicks it back out to Moore. Moore in the high shot, and it's gloved out of the air by Douse.
And we've seen more of clogging up the slot, something that was extinct in the second period especially. That's why Holy Ghost Prep was able to extend this lead plentiful. Falcons cleaning up a bit of defense. Now it's all about getting those defensive stops to turn into some offensive surges back the other way.
Sparrow across ice pass, looking to get started fast, and it's Chambers trying to spin it back in. Saravalli across ice pass, that's kicked off, and going the other way are the Falcons. It's Millman with some speed, didn't have enough to possess it, and the Falcons will have to touch back up to not go offsides.
We're already halfway through this final period of play.
Sparrow moving in, puts it between his legs, the shot, and he scores! A dazzling move from Anthony Sparrow between his own legs. He goes top shelf, and it is 8-1 Firebirds. Are you kidding me?
Going top, Cheddar and Dylan and I over here, Luke calling the goal, speechless on that wizardry move. Creative, crafty, and smooth. Sparrow showcasing incredible talent.
I think I could be on the ice if this was Pee Wee. That was unbelievable. Oh my goodness, that's some club college hockey level of play right there. My goodness, it is 8-1. That's unbelievable.
Sparrow going stick to skate back to his stick, pushing the water bottle into the air of Deuce's cage. What a goal from Sparrow as Holy Ghost Prep extending this lead. They are very comfortable with 7 minutes of play left in our third period.
And back the other way, it's Smarin. His shot is gloved out of the air by Douse. A much-needed save. He's been solid, though, in his limited appearance.
Yeah, no, he's been really good in net. He's been big, right? So even though size does not always matter when you're playing hockey, especially if you're in goal, it can really be a big factor if you are utilizing your build in a positive way. He's making sure he gets his entire body spread out, almost like a starfish, if you will.
And even with that, if Sparrow put that shot anywhere else, that's not finding Twine.
Lombardo wheeling behind the net. Looking for an outlet, and he turns it over as he went to the ice, trying to bank it along the side to himself. And Sewell's out of the net to get it. He'll spin it around to the other side. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the third and final period. Into the slot, that's turned over. Smarin will try and take it the other way. Finds Strange on the left side. Strange tries a centering pass that's knocked down by the defender. Smarin going after it, and it will be sent up back to the point, but not out. DeRose is there to send it back in. DeRose this time couldn't quite keep it in, and the Falcons will control.
I think we're still just in disbelief about that goal. You know, they were trying the Michigan so much, as an offsides is called right there, that we didn't see the between the legs. It almost was a broken play, too. It was a slow between the legs, if you will, where it looked like it was the play was almost dead because of the defensive work by the Falcons. It just
Speechless. Speechless.
I mean, Dr. Strange is on the team, so.
Sean Strange on this team, and now the Firebirds will look to go the other way, trying another rush with under 6 minutes to go in the period. Holt tries to send it in front, and Barger's not there to smash it home. We've seen Holt with a couple of nice centering passes in this game, but on his line, they haven't really been able to convert those as well. Here's Holt again. Again sends it off the top of the blue paint all the way across.
I mean, they're perfect passes. No one's there, though.
Tried a centering pass to Holt, and this time he's the one that has it go through his legs.
It went right under the heel of his stick.
A big shot, and Sewell is there to stop it and cover it up.
Booming clapper from almost the face-off circle. And as you mentioned, flipping to the other side on that last drive. Right there, almost was able to get given back what he was been putting up for this Firebirds offense. Just through his legs, unsuccessful, and the Falcons avoiding a 9th goal given up to the Firebirds.
And there's not that big of a shot disparity. 34 shots for the Firebirds.
It's the quality of the shots, though.
It's a good point. A shot like that from the outside, not a great chance it's going by Sewell as Saravalli tries to take it in, and that's pushed away to the corner.
There's also only been one penalty given in this game so far, and the only goal scored off of it was shorthanded.
Millman into the far circle, tries to center one. It goes deflected behind the net. That pass is taken out by Smarin, and his pass will be turned over. It's Eisler taking it away for the Falcons. Back the other way come the Falcons. A centering pass off the stick of Doyle. Just some unconverted opportunities for this Falcons team. Now another pass in front, a centering pass. He couldn't quite get his stick on the ice.
Oh, Lombardo with a great stick lift right there, Eric. I think you and I both had the same thought.
Words right out of my mouth. Lombardo, great play. He'll put a body in, but the Falcons still working.
Looking to get in front. A poke check by, Sewell, and it deflects away.
That was smooth.
And it'll be covered up again by Sewell.
And so seeing the puck extremely well, that evident of that Pass from the corner, looking again from the slot, and so perfect timing, snatching that one right off the ice and avoiding a opportunity with the back of the net, the right side of the cage wide open if that puck gets through.
He's looked very calm and collected in this one, playing the second half of this game as Colin Mudrick was in the net for the first half.
A great display of strong depth chart talent in the goaltending position for Holy Ghost Prep.
And it moves back past DeRose and Holt, and it'll go beyond the blue line. And you mentioned it, Eric, a great, very deep Holy Ghost Prep team. This is the futures game, so we're seeing a lot of new names, some from the JV team as Sewell has to adjust to make that stop. We've seen a lot of new names, a lot of guys that may not get as much time on the ice, and they've really showed out today.
You know, there have been a lot of plays just like that where they're just looking for an offensive zone faceoff, the Falcons are, where they just throw the puck in on goal, and that does count as a shot and a save. So even though it's 25 shots on goal for the Falcons, a lot of them have not really been high danger opportunities. And by the way, if the shot misses the net, it's not a shot.
And back the other way comes Barger. Barger tries a pass. It went in front, but Pers was not there. Holt on the other side trying to get his stick down, and he's converged on by two Falcons. Trying to come to his aid was Pers, but it's not enough. McCulloch trying to get it back the other way. Moving in is Eisler, and that will be covered up by Sewell. Once again, Evan Eisler, you know he wants that goal. He saw his brother Eric put one on the board. He would love to match him in this game.
And Dylan, you mentioned these opportunities as well. The very slim pickings we've seen of the Falcons able to put quality shots on net. It all comes off of face-off wins in the offensive zone, but when they have even man advantages, 3-on-2s, 3-on-1s even if they're quick enough, they're just dumping and chasing, and that's what we've seen a difference in play where the Firebirds, with their speed, they're able to convert, but the Falcons just not quick enough to the puck.
Working behind the net, a pass in front, what a save by Sewell, the rebound, they score! It was Shane Sigmund on the rebound. Sewell made the initial save, but he found himself belly to the ice, and Sigmund put it up over him. It is now 8-2 Firebirds.
When you're spread eagle, one save might do it, but a second one, you just got to lift the puck, chip it over, getting the job done. But my goodness, if he was able to go back-to-back on those saves, that would have been truly an exclamation mark on his day.
He tried to get that glove up there in sort of a last-ditch effort, but it was just not to be.
But again, the slot is not nearly clogged up enough, and again, it's 8-2, but it's almost equally. Both teams have definitely suffered from their in-slot defense.
Boyle now with it in the neutral zone. He turns it over to Smarin. And now Saravalli will take it the other way across the blue line from the slot. His shot is high and wide. Might have been deflected. Saravalli will try and send it behind the net, but it'll be the Falcons moving the other way. A long pass out of the reach for Sigmund. He'll go and chase it into the corner. A centering pass, and Sewell pokes it away with his stick.
Wise move from the young goaltender, getting his stick out there, avoiding a cross-crease pass to connect.
Flying the other way is Slook, moving in, trying to get in front of the net, and he just lost the puck. He had an open look.
And Deuce not budging on that one either. He didn't move his pads, stayed inside on his cage, and stands tall as that puck will just go wide of the crease, unable to get a second shot on net.
Over to the far corner, back up to the point. The wrist shot gets all the way through, but Sewell punches it away.
Well, that time I feel like the offensive slot play wasn't great.
Oh, and a deflection in front, saved by Sewell again. And Eric, you're sort of noticing it now. The Falcons are really playing 5-on-4. They've got Boyle back out in the neutral zone here, not even looking to be in the offensive zone.
And it's going to work in their favor, but zone defense isn't going to win you games when you're trying to get into the offensive zone. Even strength, especially down by 6.
And that pass goes in front now behind the net. McInish a bit shaken up on that one.
Uh-oh.
And now back the other way. We've got a 2-on-1. It's Strange with the puck. Strange trying to move in, tries to go across, and it's poked away.
Now my question is, why have they not changed up the lines at this point till right now?
And the shot is saved by Sewell, a particularly easy one with the stick. And back the other way come the Falcons. And just 60 seconds remain here in this third and final period. And a centering pass, the shot, and Sewell fought it off.
Net off its moorings for a split second. They'll continue play.
Back out to the point. Sewell tries to grab it out of the air just to the corner.
You know, another thing, Pennsbury has a much smaller team. They only have, I believe, 9 players on the bench right now, including the 5 that are actually on the ice. And one of them is a goaltender. So, 13 players that could actually get in on the action?
It is going to leave their legs feeling very tired, especially with how aggressive they came out in the first period. Maybe that's an example of why that long intermission really gave them so much energy to begin this period.
And just on my notes, I had to cut the roster of Holy Ghost Prep halfway through, almost like a football team in comparison to Pennsbury on their benches. When you draw that up in comparison of both teams with the depth on Holy Ghost Prep's roster. But coughing up the puck, here come the Falcons.
And they will not count that goal, but it sure looked pretty.
That sums up the game for the Falcons.
At the buzzer, it was Logan Doyle throwing it into the net just as time expired. You know what? Here on the TUICE Network, we will count that goal for Logan Doyle.
Will we? Let me put that in real quick. We'll count it just because.
But on the official scorecard, it will read 8-2.
But we do have to act like the official network, so. We went from 8-3 to 8-2.
And
how about 8-2.5? I don't have that.
We'll give Logan Doyle half a goal on that one. And today was a great game. It was the futures game for the Firebirds. It looked like the Falcons bought into that too, having a couple of different goaltenders play today. It was truly a great game to watch. And in the end, it is an 8-2 victory, and the players really showing their love, a lot of admiration and respect for these guys. These young guys, they all have the same goal. They just want to make it up to the big club and contribute as best they can. So that's going to do it for us here on the TUICE Network at Grundy Ice Arena. Thank you so much for joining us for this matchup between the Firebirds and the Falcons. It was an 8-2 win for Holy Ghost Prep. For Luke Mealy, Eric Jessberger, and Dylan Coyle, we are signing off on the TUICE Network. Have a great night, everyone.